You have everything you could ever need. Food, water, shelter, no predators, no disease, and somehow that might be the most dangerous place you could ever live. In 1968, a scientist built a paradise for mice. It had unlimited food, unlimited water, zero threats. Within 2 years, every single mouse was dead. Not from starvation, not from sickness, from something far stranger. His name was John B. Calhoun. He called his experiment Universe 25. For breeding, pairs of mice were placed inside a custom-built enclosure, roughly 9 feet square, stacked with nesting boxes, feeding stations, and enough resources for thousands. It was, by every physical measure, utopia. And Calhoun wanted to know what happens to a population when the only thing left to compete for is space, status, and attention. At first, the mice thrived. Population doubled every 55 days. But somewhere past 400 mice, something shifted. There wasn't enough social role for everyone. Not enough meaning. Not enough purpose. Males who couldn't establish territory or rank stopped trying altogether. They withdrew. They stopped fighting, stopped mating, stopped engaging. Calhoun gave them a name, the beautiful ones. Sleek, well-groomed, completely checked out. Does that sound familiar? Females, meanwhile, became hyper-aggressive, abandoning their young or attacking them without provocation. Violence spiked, not from scarcity, but from crowding. Calhoun called this collapse a behavioral sink. It wasn't caused by hunger. It was caused by too much contact, too little purpose, and no clear place in the group. Population growth slowed, then stopped, then reversed. By day 600, the birth rate had fallen to 0. The colony was extinct within a few years, drowning in comfort. Now here's the part that should make you uneasy. You don't live in a cage. But you do live in the most densely connected environment humans have ever experienced. Psychologist Robert Sapolsky, who spent decades studying stress in primates, found something similar in baboon troops. When social hierarchies broke down and status became confusing or unstable, stress hormones spiked across the entire group, not just among the losers. Everyone paid the biological cost of social chaos, even the ones who seemed fine. And it isn't only animals. Sociologist Robert Putnam documented a quiet unraveling of community ties across modern life. Fewer shared meals, fewer clubs, fewer neighbors who know your name. You have more contact than any human in history through a screen in your pocket, and less of the kind of connection that gives you a role, a rank, a reason to show up. That combination, endless contact with almost no real belonging, is exactly the condition Calhoun's mice couldn't survive. Think about the last time you felt truly overstimulated but somehow still lonely. Scrolling through hundreds of faces, none of whom would notice if you disappeared. That's not a coincidence. Your brain evolved in small bands of maybe 50 to 150 people, where everyone had a job, a rank, a reason to be needed. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar's research on primate brain size suggests this number, now known as Dunbar's number, may be the practical ceiling on stable relationships your mind can actually hold. Scroll past that number and your brain doesn't experience connection. It experiences noise. So what happened to the beautiful ones, the mice who stopped trying? They weren't lazy. They weren't broken. They were responding, exactly the way biology told them to a world that gave them everything except a reason to engage with it. Calhoun wasn't just describing rodents. He was describing a warning. You are not a mouse in a box, but you are a social animal built for scarcity, rank, and tight-knit tribes, dropped into a world of abundance, infinite comparison, and thousands of weak, disposable connections. The danger was never running out of resources. It's running out of purpose while surrounded by everyone and belonging to no one. Tonight, when you put the phone down and the room goes quiet, ask yourself which one you've become. Still building your nest or already one of the beautiful ones?